Should we talk about this program?
I don't know if we should, but we will.
Well, if anybody's still interested at this point, this is the All Petite Wrestling program for February the 24th. I'm just wondering, now we've called them All Petite Wrestling, but now we gotta do something with abduction in the A, because they actually came out and admitted it. Did you hear when Jungle Boy in his stupor promo voice said, they abducted Marco? And then they crossed the street and got some gum. And they abducted Marco.
Abduct Everyone Wrestling.
Abduct Everyone Wrestling. There you go. Boom. Done. Okay, the latest episode of Abduct Everyone Wrestling for February 24th. The opening, of course, the CEO of Moxley Plumbing hiked in from Tallahassee. It's farther and farther every week. But he probably wanted to take most of the time on his entrance instead of actually having a match that he should have. Is this the first time we've seen Moxley actually do what he should do with someone? And it's always Ryan Nemeth. Ryan Nemeth is the best talent that they have in AEW. He's a heel. He knows his role. He attracts attention to himself at the same time he puts his opponents over like crazy. If he could work like his brother, he ought to be their champion. But for effort, psychology, and doing his job, he's a 10 out of 10. And this is the only match that I've ever seen Moxley have, I think, where he just went in and beat somebody and looked like a fucking top guy instead of going 18, 20 minutes out on the floor with everybody in the world. So, and of course, Ryan, I'm sure, realizes that they're using him because he's making everybody look great, but at least one guy has the fucking gist of what he's supposed to be doing. Everybody else goes out there to have the main event at Starrcade 86. And Moxley, he won with his DDT.
Well, between him and Serena Deeb, there is an argument for these these OVW alumni coming in and being professional.
And Ryan wasn't even in OVW with the big class. He was years afterwards. But you get people that know what they're supposed to be fucking doing. If you get a guy to do a job, have him do a job, get a little steam so the guy can make a fucking comeback and get fucking beat and look like a fucking heel doing it. That's what he just did here. But then that was to leave. Actually, I thought he was just wanting to get the match over with quick, but it was to leave 20 minutes for his fucking promo. I've mentioned before that Moxley has an unimpressive looking physique. That is exacerbated when he turns a chair around in the middle of the ring and sits backwards in it like a fucking drunk at the corner bar and slumps over the back of it where his shoulders looked even more pale and slumped over and his arms looked smaller. And he does the promo where in his mind he's this violent, he's the living incarnation of a cross between Bruiser Brody, Abdullah the Butcher, and a fucking cannibal. And he's trying to be this vicious person. But then he's talking about an exploding barbed wire death match. So this is on a show where everything is obviously fake and is all done for laughs. But he's coming out and acting like he's really going to fucking blow somebody up. And as it went on and on and on, I finally got the feeling that his psychology seems to be, we all know this is bullshit, this program I'm on, but I'm going to tell you that even though it's fake, we're really going to hurt each other doing stupid fake shit. And the point of the promo was not, I'm mad at Kenny Olivier and I'm going to kick his ass. It was, the promo point was, I'm going to give the fans everything and might actually kill myself, and you'll get to see it while doing a performance with this fucking guy that we all know is bullshit. Was that what you got out of that, or is it just me?
I've been pretty complimentary about his promos and had a lot of issues with his matches. This was kind of the reverse this week. I thought the match was all right, and the promo just didn't do anything for me. And look, this is where I don't know what you want to call me, an old man. I mean, I'm 41, but this is where I'm an old man, or I just don't get it. I hate the idea of a wrestler just being able to, after the match, just sit down and grab a mic and talk and do a speech for 5 minutes. I'd much prefer Dasha or someone out there holding a microphone and letting him talk instead of,
well, no, it's community theater. It's not a sports program. It's a fucking community theater and drama class where everybody gets to emote and perform.
I didn't really like this Moxley promo, and typically I've liked his promos. There was something about this one that just didn't do it for me.
He's telling everybody, I'm not fighting this guy because we're mad and we're going to have a fight. It's that me and this guy are going to do a bunch of stupid shit for you people and possibly hurt ourselves, and you'll get to see it. And that's the same thing as the fucking, guy that bites the head of the chicken off at the county fair. They don't do that anymore. That's another thing they don't do anymore.
No, I think that's
okay. They
okay,
don't have a good circus sideshow geek biting the heads off chickens.
I'm okay with that, but I will give Moxley some credit. I thought, even though I didn't like this promo very much, it was better than the Omega promo in terms of building up this match. But we will talk about Kenny Omega and his hammering of objects later on in the show.
Oh, God. Yeah, he's used to beating on things. They did do, actually, after the Moxley interview, they did a video of the garbage matches they've had in the past where they went through furniture and glass and used barbed wire baseball bats and basically encapsulated everything wrong with modern wrestling in 90 seconds. So there's that. That makes me want to see this exploding barbed wire death match all the more. Explain to me what came next. Lance Archer and Felix are in the locker room with, it wasn't Officer Barbrady, it was the other guy. I can't remember his name. He speaks Spanish real well. And they're standing there. Jake is not there with Archer. It's from last week. They said last week after the matches, we caught up with so-and-so. Archer and Felix have been partners and on the same side. But now next week, the promo was last week, talking about next week, which is tonight. They're standing there together, but they're going to wrestle each other to the winner to qualify for a multi-man ladder match that's going to be on pay-per-view for some unknown reason. And Lance just says, well, he's going to kick Felix's ass, and then Felix says something in Spanish to the announcer that they laugh about, and Archer doesn't know what the fuck he said, so he asks the announcer, what did he say? And the announcer says, what was it he said? Something about you're the worst partner he's ever had, and Archer immediately attacks him, and they broke into the fakest looking blasé backstage fight that I've ever seen, where it's just, okay, it's time to do this now. Boom, 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 boom. Archer keeps almost getting over, and then they do or air stupid shit like this, and he looks like a putz. They just went from 0 to 30 instantly, from standing there to, well, let's fight, and then the fight was the shits. And this is to promote the match they're going to have later on. Is that what I saw?
Yeah, I don't know what that was. First of all, I'm not sure who the interviewer was, but that's fine. That's the least of our problems here.
I think it was Raul Gomez de Molina Jr.
No, no, I don't think so. It wasn't El Gordo. But I gotta say, between the Kingston thing and now this, Archer's just been involved with stuff I don't give a shit about at all. And I'm not exactly sure. This wasn't good.
Well, you can't keep track. Who the fuck? Babyface, heel, partner, friend, foe. I don't.
And Jake wasn't here. And based on the way Jake's been looking the last few weeks, I'm pretty sure he wasn't doing DDP yoga either.
Well, he's there later on at ringside.
Oh, and he did so much.
And he actually did. Well, we'll get to that.